loves. Today we're going to dive into Scammers by Tiffany D. Jackson. It's a messy, mysterious roller coaster young adult thriller, so be sure to grab your tea and your intuition because you're going to need both. So let's jump in. So, what is the tone of this book? So, the tone is very suspenseful. It's messy, definitely messy, tea, sharp, and addictive. So, this was definitely a fast paced page turner for me. It has unreliable narrators, full of secrets. No one is who they pretend to be at this point. But I did enjoy the aspect of it, diving into identity and finding yourself. When you're a young adult, you're on a college campus, you're exposed to a lot of things you would not have been at home. And so finding yourself is a big, big part of this book, as well as, of course, deception. Deception is at the heart of this book, and it is definitely going to keep you guessing on who done it. And so our main girl is the definition of you can't read me, and that's the point. She does not want anyone to know the truth about her life, about why she is truly there at Fraser University, as well as who she really is at her core, right? She is dealing with grief at this point. She's lost someone really close to her, but that grief has also pushed her outside of her comfort zone to be able to come to Fraser University, try and make friends, try and create this life of what this special person would have been proud of her for doing so. She's bold, she's confident, and of course, dangerously good at pretending. So what makes her so compelling is this tug of war between what she wants and what she's willing to do to survive. And so you sometimes are going to ask yourself, like, why? What is she doing? You're going to get mad at her. You're either going to love her or you're going to hate her. But I believe by the end of the book, you're going to love her for her reasoning, right? But you don't get to her reasoning until the very end of the book. The strengths that I find in this book is that it's very clever. Strengths I find in her as a protagonist, she is very resilient. She's very strategic. There are some times where I'm like, oh, she's smarter than she's coming off. However, her flaws is that she's very impulsive. So some of the things that she does in the moment is kind of like, why would you do that? And why would you go ask for help? And morally flexible. So some of the things it's kind of like, by any means necessary, and sometimes that's not great for morals and standards and values, but then on other times it's like she had to do what needed to be done in order to get to her ends, right? And so definitely another highlight of this book or tone of this book is friendship. So finding friends, finding where you belong, a sense of belonging, as well as how far does your loyalty go when you do call someone a friend. And so I did like that it hinted at that, especially for this to be a young adult thriller. We know that, in your youth, sometimes you want to fit in a little bit more than what you know to be right. And so this definitely, takes a play on that. A lot of jealousy, a lot of blurred boundaries or unspoken rules that are occurring within this friendship. And then, of course, love. So what would a book be without a good love story, right? Or love interest. And so it hints a little bit on race as well with the love interest that she has in this book. But I do like that they have this kind of magnetism towards each other, and they really don't know why until they start to unmask each other and start to ask the right questions and be exposed to kind of each other's past. That really makes them, realize that, hey, we are more alike than different. And so I do love that about the love interest here. And the antagonist of the book, I'm going to let you guess who it is. It's going to be two people, but definitely one person over the other, and then one is more visible than the other. So you're definitely going to be guessing kind of like what's going on with that, or what's really going on here, or, are they who they say they really are? And so again, it's going to keep you guessing. And the plot twist, I kind of expected a little bit, but not really for who it was. And so I think you're going to really love the plot twist of who becomes the antagonist by the end of the book, as well as how she handles the antagonist. And so again, morally blurred lines with how she handles the antagonist at the end. So let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed the book, if you have read the book, number one, if you enjoyed it, which one of your characters were your favorite, and which hidden agenda or storyline were you tapped into the most. So again, this book is fast, it's addictive, full of sharp twists and turns. If you love unreliable narrators, messy friendships, identity and reinvention themes, morally gray main characters, then this particular young adult thriller, Scammers by Tiffany D. Jackson, is for you. And so again, let me know in the comments if you are going to read this book, if you have read this book, how you feeling about it. And then of course, if you have any recommendations on what we should read next, let me know down in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you.